Hi, everybody, and a warm welcome to my other series. Today is the 20th of December, and we are about 5 days before Christmas. And I'm sure some of you are getting so excited, and some of you are getting a little bit worried, and some of you are getting a little bit frustrated about the year. Again, I want to remind you, the first thing you need to do is to be grateful. And today I want to talk about why is it important to be grateful. As I'm speaking now, right now, I'm very grateful for the fact that I'm alive. Just the fact that God has allowed me to be alive, it's such an important thing. It's the most important thing. I am alive. My wife is healthy, she's fine. My kids are healthy and they are fine. And I'm also grateful for the friendship, the people that I have in my life, my friends, and I'm so grateful for my family, my mom, my siblings. So only that, only give me enough to be grateful. And I will really encourage you to be grateful because we like to take things for granted. Sometimes we look at things and we say, well, this is fine, but, I should have this. No. This is the time I have been talking about it. You reflect on the year. Reflecting means also to take note of the good things that happened this year. To take note of the fact that in some way, God has blessed you. You've been blessed so much. So I want you to really understand that. The fact that you can watch this video, you have to be grateful because this video will allow you to also learn few tips on how to develop a grateful heart. Because I will talk about the step. How do you get to have a grateful heart? But I want you to understand that just by being alive today, it's such a gift. It's such a blessing. It's the most important thing that you could have dreamed of. As we speak today, some people have passed on. Some people have just gone through some difficult or crisis. So understand that you have to really remember to be grateful just for the life that you have. Now, how do we become grateful? What kind of step do we need to take to develop this mindset of being grateful? The first thing is you need to be intentional. You have to be intentional. You can't become grateful by not being intentional. So you need to set as a goal, as we start 2025, moving on, I'm going to make sure that I am grateful for everything that happened to me. And sometimes we take it for granted. I think last week or 2 weeks, last week we actually had a water outage. So for about 3 days, we didn't have water. And that makes me realize how much water is important. And that's why there is a saying that water is life. We can do without electricity, but we can't do without water. And I realize it. But most of the time, I take it for granted. How many times in my prayer, for example, when I pray in the morning, do I actually say, thank you, God, for the water? Do I say thank you for the electricity? But we need to understand that those are things that we need to be grateful. Because once you are mindful and set it as an intention that I'm going to be grateful about everything that happened to me, you do it for the next 60 days, it's going to shift your mind to be more grateful in everything you do. We should be grateful for the fact that we have malls today. We should be grateful that we have a car for those who have a car. We should be grateful that we have a house, a roof on top of our head. We should be grateful that we have a family. We should be grateful that we have a job. So all these things that we take for granted, we have to be intentional by being grateful. So that's the first step, being intentional. The second step, have a journal. Have a journal where you can jot down every day 3 things for which you are grateful. Only 3 things. What are you grateful for today? Just write down those things. That will, as soon as you start writing, it's going to shift your mind into that spirit of being grateful. The third thing, give yourself as a goal, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Because whoever is complaining is not grateful. Being a person who do not complain. Whatever happened to you, there is always a lesson to learn from it. There is always the good in anything that happened to us. It may sound a little bit harsh to say it, but it all depends on your perception of things. How do you read the event or whatever happened to you? It's your choice. You can dwell on the negativity or you can dwell on the positivity. So learn to really be intentional and look at the good in everything that happened to you. Stop complaining. Number 4, learn to be grateful by saying it. Whenever you have friends, you have people around you, be able, just don't forget to tell them how grateful you are to have the friendship. Because again, we take it for granted. We are friends, but there is a lot that you're getting from your friend. Because remember, you are the average of the 5 people that you intentionally decide to surround yourself with. So whoever is in your inner cycle impact your life. So you have to be grateful when those people impact your life positively. I will really encourage you to remember that. These are very important things. And as we're going through the Christmas spirit, take the time to be grateful for everything. Because once you become grateful, the great thing is you attract abundance. You attract a lot of opportunity to you. Nothing will happen to you if you're not grateful. And learn to give during this time. A grateful heart, give. Give more, and it will be given back to you. So these are the few steps that you can follow to develop a grateful heart. So the first step I said, you need to be intentional. Becoming intentional about being grateful by making sure that you deliberately decide to be grateful for everything that happened to you during the day. Number 2, stop complaining. Complaining means you are not grateful. Number 3, you have to say it to the people that are closer to you. Tell them how grateful you are to have them in your life. Number 4, don't forget to honestly make sure that you are grateful to everything, especially, for example, sometimes we forget the mall, the water, everything that we have. We have to show how grateful we are to have them. When we have a mall, it allows us to go shopping. It allows us to, look for various product item. People who don't have a mall don't have that option. The last one is to journal. Write down in your journal every day 3 things for which you are grateful. Trust me, if you apply this, you're gonna develop a prosperity mindset. You're gonna also be someone that everybody wants to be around with. Because someone who's grateful exhibits joy, happiness, and is willing to give. And people want to make sure that they surround themselves with someone who can uplift them. And you will be that person. So I hope this few nuggets will help you guys to develop this grateful mindset, which is key for you next year to reach your goal. Thank you. And if you need a little bit of help as you guys are working toward your goal, please feel free to reach out to me on my mobile +27 71 473 5508, or you can shoot me an email to didiermbayo@gmail.com. Thank you.